Welcome back to my channel, guys. It's time for another Crunchyroll original first impression video. Welcome back once again, guys. Today's going to be on X-Arm, which is a anime that's being created, produced, and released by Crunchyroll this season. It aired yesterday on Sunday afternoon. There's a few good things about it. I actually did enjoy the episode, and there's some surprising things that I think we should discuss a little bit more, especially about the animation. But before anything, if you have not done so, make sure you subscribe to my channel. There's going to be a giveaway this week, the 15th, whenever the 15th ends on. So make sure you subscribe so you guys don't miss that. We're trying to reach 4,100 this month. We're not that far away. We're like 38 people away. So make sure you are subscribing so we can get to our goal. Thank you guys so much for the love and support that you show the channel. You guys can always join me on TikTok, on Twitter, or on Instagram. The links are all in the description below. Also, quite a bit of first impressions already out. So if you're looking to see what to see this season, you guys can check out my videos. I will have quite a bit of them out this week. I'm behind already on like 7 or 6 of them. So make sure you catch up with all the first impression videos that I'm releasing for you guys, and I will release more than one per day. So make sure you guys check them out. Okay, X Arm. From the get go, the first thing that everyone notices, or that's gonna notice, is the animation. If you've seen Ruby, it's very similar animation. It's 3D. It's not the typical anime animation. So from the get go, some people are gonna be turned off by it. I personally would have been turned off by it if it's something that I just randomly just played, and really it's because when I watched Ruby, that type of animation was, it was still a new thing. It was still starting up when it came to action series, and the first maybe 2 seasons of Ruby, they weren't that great because of the animation. Now, obviously, some people can debate and say no, they were good because of X and Y. But for me personally, the animation killed Ruby for me, and it's taking me a while to get back to watching the current stuff because of it. Now, this one though. Obviously, I pushed through because I wanted to watch the episode to give you my first impressions. I will say we get quite a bit of action scenes in the first episode, and the action scenes were actually real good. They're obviously different from what we are used to, animation wise, but they were really well done, and I can see myself watching this anime, which is surprisingly, it's from the animation. I would have assumed that I would probably drop this one after this episode, but I see myself finishing this anime, and we'll just see. Now, what's the anime about? The episode starts with some weird destruction of a city in 2020, and it's like this weird spirit thing doing it, right? Then we get the opening, which it's completely, it gives us a lot of information on what's going to happen eventually. But the episode starts back in 2014, so it jumps 6 years back. Essentially, we're following the story of this boy who hates technology so much that when one day in his classroom, one of his friends shows him a phone, and he becomes so sick and dizzy that he ends up in the infirmary. So he's telling the story to his brother, and a few clues. His brother, he's encouraging him to be part of the technology, and he shows him a project that he's working on, and it's a girl, an android girl. I noticed this from the beginning because he later meets the same girl in the future, after the accident. So essentially, he goes to the store and he tries to be a better person and protect a girl, but what ends up happening, he gets hit by a truck and dies. Forward 26 years, I guess not 16 years forward, and it's to 2030. It's the future, and now we see these two girls that are trying to smuggle or to steal a X arm or a forbidden weapon from this mob group, and essentially they end up in this boat that is transporting it to God knows where. And we later find out that there were cops, and when they open it, we later find out that the X arm or the weapon of destruction, whatever it is actually a brain, and it's the brain of this boy. So he wakes up, and after quite a bit of a conversation, they explain to him that he's basically a brain now. He's not a human anymore, essentially, and he's able to control the android's vision, and later finds out that he's able to control the entire boat after they connect him to the boat. So he's definitely more of an android than a human. Essentially, they end up fighting this other guy who has an X arm. And what I noticed also is numbers. He has the number 08. That's the number of his X arm. And essentially, weapons of today don't damage them. You know, they go right through them. So they're trying to figure out how to fight him, and eventually they do. The guy that's a brain ends up joining into the body of the android and kicking the guy's butt, and eventually they save the day. You know, they're actually two cop girls, and they save the day, and now they've captured the X arm 08, and now also the X arm, which is the brain 00. At the end of the episode, while basically they're cleaning up, there's a lot of cops already there in the scene. They're cleaning up the whole mess. The girls are talking to their boss, and their boss is essentially very, 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 very against X arms, and so much that he takes on the android because the guy's still in her, and says, you know, you are a danger to all humanity. And he has kind of a flashback back to 2020, and he's like, wait, is that me? And it's the spirit essentially destroying the city. I will say, I noticed that this spirit had a number in his arm, and it had the number 12. So I don't know if that is a clue to us that it's not him, it's someone else, but we'll see. We'll see. So quite a bit of questions already. I'm excited for the anime. I'm not really sure if, you know, this is one that I wanted to react to. The animation obviously is quite different, so I'm kind of iffy about it. But at the same time, I did really enjoy the plot. Futuristic. There's a lot of action, a lot of mystery to what in the world is going on, and why it's happening. But I'm going to assume that his brother has to do a lot with the androids as well as the X arms. I'm going to assume that his brother did everything and all possible to basically maintain his brother alive, and the only way to do that was to maintain the brain alive, you know? So I'm wondering how that all is going to unfold in this anime, and just how this is going to be explained. So anyways, guys, that is it. That is the my first impressions on this one. Out of 10, I'll give this one a 7. You know, I'm really interested on this one. I feel like some people will talk about it. It is a Crunchyroll original, so give or take, some people will talk a lot about it, some people will not. Like, Tonikawa did really well. A lot of people talked about Tonikawa, but then there was, you know, other animes that they've released. Was it the God of High School or something like that? That people were excited for the first 3 episodes, and then, you know, it really dwindled down to like a few people really talking about the anime. So we'll see. I kind of feel like this one is more lenient on like the God of High School, where we'll be excited for about 3-4 episodes, and then it'll dwindle down to just a few people actually caring about the series. So I don't know. We'll just see. So for now, 7 out of 10. Let me know what you guys think, if that's a fair rating or not. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have not done so by now, subscribe to my channel. There is a link to buy cheap manga and anime through Right Stuff. Make sure you guys use that link every time you can. Someone has asked me, is there other places that I buy Right Stuff from? I will answer that question in that comment eventually. And I'll make a video about it because I've been asked that quite a bit, where I buy my stuff other than Right Stuff. So I'll answer those questions for you guys. That way you guys are not wondering so much about it. So thank you guys so much again. And like always, don't be strangers. Don't miss the next first impression videos today, though.